Hey, thanks for stopping by again. Today I just want to come quick and share something with you guys. For those that doesn't know, that I am in business for myself. I do have a few businesses. One that I am really indulging all my time, and that's my main baby. That one business takes up a lot of my time, but the other two that I have, I put as much attention in it as I can, as necessary, and it runs pretty good. It runs basically by itself. So I can still make money from that without having to invest too much time into it. The other two. And I'm about to start another small business. I think it's going to really take off because it coincides with the first business that I have that I spend the most time with. So it'll collab with that, go hand in hand with that one. So it'll basically run itself as well, as long as I keep investing all the time I need into that particular business. But what I was coming to share with you guys very quick, some things that I would have done before quitting my job, because I quit my job first because I was like, I'm gung-ho, I'm so excited, I'm about to do this, I know it's going to take off. And it took off in the beginning, and I was making equal or maybe just a little bit more than what I was making on my job. So I felt like I'm not keeping this job because I'm spending all this time in this job when I could be spending that time into my own business. It was kind of a mistake. I could see in the beginning how it was helping to fund what I was trying to do instead of just working off of my savings or just money that I have in my account. Instead of just using the money that was coming in, I should have had a steady flow of income coming in instead of money going out to fund my business, in a sense. Because at the time I wasn't using other people's money, so to speak, when it comes to credit cards and loans and different things you can get. But anyway, this is what I would suggest to myself. I had to redo this now that I know what I know. And to those out there that's starting off and you have a job and you're thinking, should I quit my job? It depends on what type of job you have, and would it interfere in a sense with each other? Would your 9 to 5 interfere with what you're trying to do to get your business off the ground, or would getting your business off the ground interfere with your 9 to 5? If that makes sense, where you still got to produce or put out or be able to carry out your 9 to 5 when you're working for someone, or you won't have to quit, you may get fired. So is it interfering, or is it where your 9 to 5 is consuming so much of your time that you're not able to put the necessary work into getting your business off the ground? But I guess in my situation, I was already working from home, so it was easier for me not to have to commute, and that take up a lot of my time. So I would take my breaks during the day, and once I get off while cooking, while I have that little downtime while cooking in the evening or helping my son with his homework and just little things before going to bed. So it really seemed like I was working 16 hours a day in a sense, because I still had my other responsibilities and trying to get my business off the ground. But if I had to give myself some advice now to my old self when I was trying to get my business started, I would say I would have not, because it got kind of overwhelming. So I'm letting this daytime, my 9 to 5 go. I got enough money saved. I can do this. It's not going to take that much to get it started. Not true at all. So in my case, it wasn't true. Some businesses may not take as much, and this is a business that should not have taken that much, but because of the route I went, it took a little bit more than what I intended, I should say. But what I would tell myself is keep that job and do what I was doing, because it was working. It just took a little bit more out of me, but at least I would have had that extra income. So I wouldn't feel like in the beginning I'm using more of my own personal money. Then I wanted to see more of a profit than a loss, in a sense, because I was having to use the money I already worked for and saved up towards my business, which is not bad because you don't have to go and get in debt real soon if your business may cause you to get into debt, and then one day work that out. But it worked for me, but I guess I feel like I should have taken more time to consider keeping that job just at least for another month, because I think for the first 2 or 3 months I was doing that. And yes, it did take a toll on me, and I felt like I didn't have much time, but that should have been a time that I felt like, let me sacrifice not being able to do a lot of the things I like doing to relax and go out and unwind. I should have just really did the hustle and bustle through those first 3 to 4 months, or maybe 5 months, maybe 6, I don't know. But what I would say is just don't quit your job if you can't, or you don't have the means. If you don't have the means to fund your business, or you don't have any investors or what have you. But this is what I also would suggest for those that's starting out and don't know how to get their business started, because some people don't even know what the first step is. And believe it or not, it's more people that don't know. And so I guess, had I known a step-by-step process, or the step-by-step of how to do it to make it a lot easier, I basically had to do a lot of research. And no matter how many times I searched for videos, nobody was giving me the full step-by-step of how to get it started. So what I've learned, and of course you could do your own research, but I think it's a little bit more information than what I had found. So this is what I would tell you. Search the business name first. Whatever you want to name your business, like Takia or Takasha or whatever, a flower shop. Look that up to see if someone else has that in your state. And how you do that is go to your Secretary of State, look up business name search, and or you could just type that into Google, business name search in the state of whatever state you're in. And most of the time the Secretary of State will come up, and then you can just go to where it says business name search. That's step one. You got to make sure you don't have the same name business. It can be, let's say for instance, Takasha Construction, but yours is Takasha Flower Shop. So that may work. So you would be able to use Takasha Flower Shop because there's a Takasha Construction, but you're not going for construction, you're going for flower shop. So you can use that name if it's not taken. So all I'm saying is that whatever the name is that you're looking to name your business, and make sure it's something that's catchy and not what most people would consider a downfall name, where it's like boogie woogie benefit and party time stuff. You want something that's going to be professional, because you never know if your business may have to, not to say that you can't, because it's a fun name, but if you know that your business not going to need help from banks and different things like that later on, you just want to be taken seriously. So I'm not saying boogie woogie get down party time is not a great name. I would probably call them myself, because it sounds fun. And when you think of boogie woogie get down party, whatever I say, it sounds like something that I want on board when I'm ready to have a good time. But I'm talking business wise, sometimes those names can be a downfall when trying to get funding later. But let me get back to the steps first. So basically, you want to do the business name search, make sure that name is not taken. And once you realize the name is not taken, then you want to go forward with trying to get your LC in that name. So you still with the Secretary of State. A lot of people hire outside businesses and organizations to do all this work for you, but you can really do it for yourself for a whole lot cheaper than what those businesses are charging. And I'm not trying to knock those businesses, because they are a business and that's what they started to help people that don't have the opportunity or the time or the knowledge to start those. But like I said, I did it on my own, did my research, and got it all done. And in a sense, it seemed so easy that I really had to go and compare it to what they do to see if I did it right. I was like, hold up, that was simple. That was very simple. But when I realized some of the things they were doing is the very thing that I just did, and it was kind of easy. But if you don't have that time, there are businesses out there that will help you get your business started. So let me go back. Step one is the name search. Make sure you don't share or going after a name that is already taken, because it will get denied. You won't be able to move forward with that in your state. If it's the same exact type business name and type of business. So your business name search, then you go and get your LLC or whatever corporation you want to go for. You can go on the Secretary of State to see which one of those serve you best. I did LLC, and I have a nonprofit as well, but mostly I do LLC. So just in case in the future I want to do credit or loans or different things that I may need to get funding from a bank in the future. So that's why I went LLC, because that to me fit what I was looking for my business. So it's been working for me. And for my nonprofit, it's more where you get donations and different things from different organizations and grants. And so you can just do your homework to see what best fits your business. So I also, after that, going to do the name search and get my LLC. And I think for some states it could be $99, it can be $100, $150 or $200, but you could look into it to see what your state charges for that. And some may even be cheaper than that. But I think on average, it's been about $100 to get your LLC started. So the third step after getting your business name search done, making sure you don't have the same name, and also getting your LLC started, I would recommend going to get your EIN, which is free to get set up with the IRS. You go to irs.gov, and then you put in all the information, the type of business you have and everything, and they will assign you a EIN number. Is basic, just like how we have to have a social security number that goes with our name in a sense and who we are. The EIN is a assigned number for your business. So it identifies who your business is in a sense, or it's a number that identifies your business. So I would also suggest doing a business plan, just a temporary business plan, just to see how you want your business to run and the things that you're expecting and the amount of money you're expecting or projecting in your business. But if you're interested in doing business loans and going to get credit and all that, I would suggest you doing a professional business plan. But just doing a temporary is just an outline of how you want your business to go, and it kind of gives you something to refer back to see if you're on track with what you're doing with your business and what your next steps are and what you want for the future of your business, so you can make sure you're growing and keep track of that. And that can change as you go and grow. But if you really want to get funding and loans and credit and stuff from banks and things like that, you want to make sure you have a professional business plan. And if you look online and do your research, you can basically do it on your own. But if you really want to get someone that already done this and have proven to write really good business plans, you can go on. I'm just going to suggest one. It's so many out there you can get help with, but Fiverr. If you look up Fiverr and go through who some of the people that they have on there, the businesses that they have on there that does business plans, and look at their reviews and decide if that's something you want to do. And sometimes it's very cheap what they charge to help you get your business plan together. Only thing you're doing is feeding them the information about your business and what you look to project financially for your business, and you're able to get a professional business plan to present to banks and credit unions or places that you're interested in getting people to invest in your business if need to in the future. So now we've got the business name and we're good to go. We got the LLC going, and we went to the irs.gov to get our EIN. Now we're setting up a banking account. So you're going to do your research on the banks that's good for your type of business. I have a bank, and also I go through a credit union. I got 2 credit unions that I deal with, and that's just because that fits my situation better. And I already had a personal relationship with the bank and these credit unions that I decided to do business with. So I already had a relationship with them. So to me, it was easier to get in with the credit unions that way. So do your research and see what's best for you and see what they have to offer. And then having that personal relationship can help too. But if you already have a personal relationship with a bank and you're not feeling like the personal relationship is great, Most of the time, the business relationship may not be all that great, but it's worth looking into, and then also doing your research to see what's out there. So your next step would be to get your banking information, getting a banking account set up. And how you do that is you're going to need that EIN number. So that's why you need to have that first. And let me go back and put in getting you a professional business address. You're going to need a professional business address and a professional email address when dealing with banks, because they're going to want to know where your business is located, and it's not really necessary. A lot of people use their home address, or they do virtual business addresses as well. They're out there. You can look up virtual business address and see what's out there. I know a few, but I don't want to name them right offhand because so many people have mixed feelings about each of them. So you could do your research, but if I have to give a list of names, I will. I don't mind, but I'm not like advocate for or trying to say they're the best or what have you, because everybody's gonna say different things about different businesses according to their experience. So do get your professional business address if possible, and also a professional email. You can go through GoDaddy and get it, or Google and get you a professional email address. You can do your research on that. I'm just telling you the foundations of things that I didn't even know where to look. So, but I'm giving you places to go look and do your research and see what's best. And then it'll kind of lead you to other things as well. But going to the bank, they're going to ask you what your address is. So it's good to have that. And if you're trying to get credit cards and loans and stuff, a lot of time it looks a whole lot better having a legitimate business address listed. So have that before opening up your banking account. So far we have your business name, your LLC, your EIN, professional business address, your business email. And what I mean by professional business email is not a Gmail or a Yahoo. You can go through GoDaddy and get a domain where you're able to do at yourself. Say for instance, at Takasha Flower Shop. So you're at yourself. So .com, like at takashaflowershop.com. Something like that. You can make up the first part. It gives you the opportunity to make different names in the front of that. So it's almost like at Gmail. So you can have whatever in the beginning. You can do information at takashaflowershop.com, or customer service at Takasha. You can put whatever you want, or you can put your name or what have you. You can personalize it, but it's your domain at your particular business name. So that's all that is. But which looks really good and looks very professional when dealing with investors, banks, and credit unions and different things if you're trying to do business with them as far as getting loans and help financially and funding. So far we have the business name, the LLC, the EIN, the banking account, the professional email and business address. So then with the banking account already set up, you want to go to DNB and get you a number through them. That's very important for credit and business, building business and being reputable. So do your research on that. And NAV, 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 getting you a NAV account set up so you can go ahead and build that business credit, and it can get acknowledged through NAV. Sometimes they have where you can purchase certain accounts and it can help build your account, but you can go and get a NAV account for free, but to build up a little faster and get better results, you can sign up for a small amount of money. I don't know exactly what that is, but you can look into that if that's something you're interested in. It's not necessary, but I'm just giving you those little hints of advice of things that I would have done, but not everybody does, and still be successful. So you get those accounts set up. And like I said about the business plan, it's very important to have a business plan so you'll know where you're going and you're able to show people what your business is trying to do, just in case you're looking for someone to invest or you're looking for contracts or different things like that. So you already have that in place. So you already got all the things set up that you need. And if you do decide to get credit cards or funding, you have that to invest in the products and different things that you need for your business. And I highly suggest using it for business and getting your taxes set up with keeping track of all the things that you're doing, because a lot of things could be a write-off during tax season, especially if you still work. It can be more of a loss or different things. I don't want to get into that because I'm not a tax expert, but I know by keeping up with things like dinners and lunches and stuff that your business may have had to have for business, things that you needed for your business, and also trips if you had to travel out of town for business or to seek certain businesses or different things depending on what type of, and then just products and things you need for your space. And that's what I want to talk about too. Getting your professional office space looks really good too. And getting a Google business account set up, as far as where you're able to go on and Google yourself and see that, getting a 411 directory, getting listed in the 411 directory, Yelp, and all the others that's out there. So many you can get listed on, so that when people are Googling for a flower shop, for example, your shop would come up in that particular area that they're searching for. So the Google business profile, getting set up with them, getting set up with 411 directory, and getting set up with Yelp or whoever else out there that you want to go through to get yourself out there to be known. Getting a professional business phone number. I have just a regular cell phone. Let me show you. Like, I just have my regular cell phones, right? So one of them I get personal calls on, and then for those two small businesses that I run, I kind of let that run through my personal phone in a sense, because I can take those calls and still remain professional with that. But for my main business, I do need my own phone line. So what I've done is the number that came with that cell phone is my local number for that business. And I went through GoDaddy to get, let me see, did I go through GoDaddy? No, I didn't go through GoDaddy. I got my email from them, but I did go through Unity and got a professional business line, 1-800 number. This is not necessary. That's why I'm putting it towards the end, because it's not really necessary as long as you have a business phone number. It can be local if you're mostly working local. But with the type of business I do for that first business, I do tend to have people from other states and different places that's all over that may call. So I have that 1-800 number, and plus it looks good when if I decide I want to go and get a loan or credit cards or high-end credit cards where I get a high credit limit. And so it looks really good just knowing that I'm set up with all the things my business needs. So, but it's not necessary to have a 1-800 number. A lot of people going to tell you different things, but I've seen it where I've been in business for close to 5 years with the first business. And in the beginning, I had that 1-800 number and didn't even use it. But now that I've taken it to a different level, I can see how it's beneficial. So it's depending on what your business needs are. So do your research on that as well. And like I said, a local number will work just fine if it's just dedicated to your business and it's not playing like your personal, when you call the voicemail is not, just keep it really professional. So like I said, it's just whatever your personal needs maybe. What else? And keeping track of things that you would need to use during tax season to show the things you've done, like your office space, your phone number, everything that goes towards your business, even down to the paper clips. I'm talking about down to the paper clips, down to pens, notebooks, different software that you may use. If you have to purchase some more equipment, computers, desk, any that's pertaining to your business that you had to get, even cars, vehicles, office spaces, different things, anything pertaining to your business, alarm systems, cameras, internet service, anything pertaining to your business should be kept a log. You should keep a log of that so that you're able, and how much you spend a month. So when you walk into your appointment for your taxes, you have your personal stuff together and you also have your business taxes where you're able to show where your money went to, because it could help you so much in the end. Even though during the year you might be like, I'm swamped, it seems like a lot of this stuff is consuming. I had to buy a lot of products and I had to buy a lot of this and different things, and at the end of the year it can be a great write-off for you, and it can be worth it. So next year you know how to plan better. So keep good records of the things that you're doing, phones and computers, anything dealing with office. Keep it very much in order, because you'll sit there in front of the person and be like, and I bought and you can't think, and they're just going to give you an estimate instead of just being more like in line, like a telephone. I had an email, I had to pay for this domain, I had to pay for this website. Oh, and the website, that's optional as well, depending on what type of business you have. I have a website, and I always have, and it's good. It gets some traffic, but it's enough traffic that I feel like I can keep it because of the traffic it gets. But is it necessary? Not really, because they really found me by Googling me, and then it shows a website, and that's why they went to the website. So I'm saying if they got that far to see a website to click on, then I've already gotten your attention by coming to my page, my Google business profile. So anyway, I don't know if there's anything else that I need to add to that, but that is more than enough to get you started, get you out there to research what it is that you need for your business. And just something, it's a lot more than what I knew that was all in one place, because all the stuff I just told you, I had to go so many different directions just to find it. So hopefully this will start. And like I said, I'm not a business consultant or anything like that where I can give out so much advice. I can only tell you the things I've done to get my business started and what helps sustain and keep my business going. And there are a lot of things that's out there that I'm still researching and I'm learning. So it's a start. Hope that helps. And like I said, don't quit your job if you can't afford to quit your job. While start your business alongside of that, you got to just quit other things, not your job. Quit other things. You may have to cut back on social time where it's necessary. I'm not saying deprive your kids or your husband or wife or whoever, but you may have to cut back on hanging out with friends or more relaxation time. You got to go out the window. You got to be like, I'm diligent about getting my business started, and this is what's on my mind right now, so that one day I will have more time with my family, friends, and to myself, and being able to take trips and have this free time when you do get to a point where you can quit your job or quit your 9 to 5 or things that's bringing in income into your business. Start bringing in that plus some. Just my advice. You guys have a wonderful day. I hope this helped.